Today, we're talking about how to make aligned friendships, but know that this applies to any opportunity or person or relationship, job that you're calling into your life that you want to have in your life. I am buzzing right now. I get so excited to make these videos. And then I feel like I run around right before as like get everything set up. I love answering your questions and making these videos and being inspired by life and everything. Somebody just asked me this. I've been getting a lot of, I swear it's been men in my life over time, over the last year or two. They have the same questions as a lot of the women in my life and my clients of how to make aligned friendships and like find people on your wavelength. And I wrote a ton of stuff down. I was on a walk doing voice to text, and I might just read off of this and then pause and add in some stuff too. But let me start with taking a breath and recommend that you do too, because we could always use a deep breath. So, I love this stuff so much, and a lot of the videos that I make and the content that I make and the conversations that I have in person, online, the coaching that I do, the learning that I do to be a better coach and to program better, it all just makes me so excited. And I just went on a run because I had so much energy, and I'm still just as excited. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so aligned friendships and opportunities. At the core of it, it's an energy thing. It's a mindset thing, like literally. And guess what? You only need one. Like, you probably, when you say, like, oh, there's nobody aligned with me, you probably mean that you don't have anybody who, like, gets you deeply, fully, like, that you feel known and seen. Like, once you have 1 to 3 people that like get you in that specific way that you're lacking or you feel like you're lacking, you'll probably be fine. Like, for example, I the most recent thing is I didn't know anyone else who was in this coaching space, and after I found 1 or 3, then I'm like, okay, cool, like I know other people that are doing this. And then since then it's like blown up. Like, now I have so many people to connect with, both in my city and in the US and around the world. But and mindset coaches, like all different kinds of coaches on all different spectrums of how long they've been doing it. But for a long time I was like, I didn't even know how to start. Like, I don't know anyone that does this. So yeah, for any job or romantic connection or aligned friendship and community, like once you get that first person, like you're good. And there's always going to be one person who is on the same wavelength as you in any city or environment or whatever. So, in order to find that and get that and to be open to that connection, you need to have the right energy. And okay, I'm hungry, but I'm going to try to keep going. Okay. And I just feel like I have so many examples of this. Like, I didn't know anybody who skied or like girls who skied who were good at it. And now I'm friends with somebody who's a skier. Um, but all of this starts with the decision of who you're going to be and then living that out so boldly, so fully, and alone as confidently as you can. So it's like becoming a runner. Like, I learned this early on in like middle school or something. Like, a lot of people aren't going to say, yes, let's run tomorrow at 6 a.m. But if you get up and you are running every single day at 6 a.m., like, you're going to find your people, and people are going to like, join you. You think they won't, but they will. Like, I don't know. My mom ended up running with me for years because I started, but like she didn't want to in the beginning until I was already doing it for a while. And then I had friends join me too. And then I met people in college. And then when I moved out here, like, who also will run at 6, 7 a.m. in the morning. but I wouldn't find those people if I wasn't doing it alone. Same with the coaching, same with the skiing. Okay, and yeah, so I seriously promise that you'll find another person if you are so bold living out who you are and who you want to be in whatever area. You're going to find other people like that, like being a coach, or maybe you're really into art or comedy or whatever. Follow that fully alone. Talk to me if you want support and accountability so that you actually do it. And if um and to run by, like, if you think you're already doing it fully and it's not working, please tell me your example, because I bet if you do this, you'll find other people, starting with the one. And okay, so I think that I did this unintentionally like my whole life, because I did not want to go to homecoming or prom after I went like once or twice, and I was like, this is kind of awkward. Like, it just did. I didn't like it. Thought it was awkward, and like I was like uncomfortable with the thing, but I now know it was probably like anxiety, lack of control. Like, there were reasons that I didn't like it that was more a reflection of my own insecurity and confidence, or lack of confidence at the time. But I didn't go, which was very against the grain. And I, like, everyone goes. Why would you not? But because I chose to not go, one of my best friends, like, I became friends with this girl because she also didn't want to go. And then we ended up being like super tight, good best friends for years. Um, but that started with my decision to boldly not go, even though it was more of my bold decision was more like avoid the conversation at all costs if I can, and push off like, oh yeah, maybe I'll go, whatever. I then did this with not drinking, which is another reason I didn't want to go to homecoming, because I didn't want to do anything bad or get in trouble. But I drank a little bit in college, but stopped pretty much after the first few months of freshman year. And again, who doesn't drink in college or after college, and or in my family or whatever? Like, I was the only one in all these spaces that didn't drink. And now I live in a city that's a very like drinking heavy city, and a lot of my friends don't are like completely sober by choice and are just like me, just like are choosing not to. But then there are other people that I talk to who do party, who can't imagine a life without drinking, and nobody that they know doesn't, because they're not fully living out the not drinking like I am, if that makes sense. So I use that as an example a lot, the not drinking. And I know that doesn't apply to everybody, and not everybody's staying at home, going to bed at 9 every day, even on New Year's Eve or Halloween. That's just my example, and I feel like it's a strong one because I've found other people who do that, and that's their vibe. They'd rather go to Sunset like me and get pizza on a holiday like that, like Halloween. That's a big drinking one, and staying up late. But apply that to whatever your thing is. Maybe it's going to festivals, maybe it's going to Burning Man or something. Like, you decide to fully go, and then you'll find your people. I also did this with being a remote worker, and then also with cold plunging at, again, 5 a.m. cold plunge. Like, I had to first decide to go alone, because a lot of times you could just, I could just stay in that um, mode of, oh, nobody wants to do this. I wish I had a girl. I used to always think, I wish I had a girl to lift with. I wish I had a girl to cold plunge with, or go to the gym in the morning, or run in the morning with. And it wasn't until I decided to do it by myself alone that I found the girls who were also into that, or also into trying it, and then would do it with me for years. You are not that unique, I promise you. I talk with people all around the world, and they all say the same exact thing. They say that there's nobody like them in the city. Like, sometimes, like, that there's nobody authentic, or who they can have that deep connection with, because people aren't grounded or whatever. Um, just people aren't aligned, and they feel like they can't be their full selves with the friends that they do have. Oh, my nose is so itchy. Um, same same with dating. Like, I like, again, I promise you, whatever you're telling yourself about this city, just know every city in the entire world has probably the majority of people thinking the same thing about their city. So it's not the city, it's you and your mindset. And again, with all of these things, it only takes one person. Oh yeah. And I don't remember if I talk about it in here, but for exactly how your thoughts control your thoughts control your reality, which is why I'm a mindset coach. I love getting to the core of things, and I truly think your thoughts are the core of pretty much everything in your life and how you feel and all this stuff. So if you keep telling yourself that nobody in the city is like you, then guess what? You're not going to find those people. But if you, like, I think, of course, there are people in this city who are like me because I'm in this city and I made these decisions. So why wouldn't somebody else make the same decisions as me who is like me? Um, I also don't think that you realize how much power you have to change the culture too. Like, be the change that you want to see and start acting like boldly and fully in the way that you wish everybody was acting. So, if you wish there were more dinner parties, start hosting them. I knew that I wanted a creative circle of people who are starting out in their like creative endeavors, whether that was posting online on social media or whatever. And so I led a 12-week journey last year with the artist's way. It's so hard to say. This book, and I have videos early on from that journey that I did. Great book, and I'm gonna do it again. So if you're interested, I'll do it. I don't know if next year or whenever, but had people come to my house. This was my ideal thing that didn't exist that I knew of, not for this book, at least at this time. Having people come over and we did these journal exercises, like we kept each other accountable on going through this 12-week journey. And we were in a similar place of just like going with the flow of life more, being more present and becoming artists and unblocking ourselves, getting past limiting beliefs, all this stuff. Like it was so much fun and one of the favorite things I've done ever. And that was a culture that I created. So tell me and tell me in the DMs, whatever, what exactly are you not finding in people? And how can we get you to live that out fully, like now? Because every single thing that I didn't have, once I decided to live it out fully, I found the people. And it can take months sometimes, but if it's something that you truly want, and you truly want to be like, and you already have nobody, or you don't have aligned people, then you have no like that's the only choice that you have anyways, is to start living out fully in the way that you want to. And that's a whole other topic. Let me know if you want me to talk about that. But I talk a lot about being alone and letting go of things that are really good, because sometimes you have to let go of things that are good to create space to find those people, because I've said a million times, you have to boldly live it out alone. That means you have to let go of the things that are not aligned with you. And if you're not letting go of it, then you're not going to have room for the new things and people opportunities to come in. Okay. Create a space. Oh yeah, how can we have you live that out fully and create a space to find these people? Either create a space or join a space. Yeah, if you have a specific example you want to work through, I'd love to chat. Okay. I'm watching. I cannot believe I'm about to admit this, but thank God for other podcasts like Giggly Squad that admitted that they're watching this, and it's the #1 show on HBO right now. I didn't know what I was getting myself into. I'll tell you that first, but I'm watching the show Heated Rivalry, which is about two gay NHL players, and it is not a show for children, I'll tell you that much. But it's about these two guys in the NHL who are gay, and apparently nobody in the NHL is out, like openly gay now in 2025. And so two rivals are hooking up and together in the NHL, and they do not even consider coming out or anything. They think they cannot be public at all. They can't even hang out that much, like more than like yeah, they don't really hang out at all until this last episode that I just watched. Spoiler alert, somebody else, one of their friends in the NHL, like won the Stanley Cup or whatever. And then he kisses his boyfriend, and like so he comes out, and then immediately after the other guy like says, I'm going to come to your summer house this summer, which he was afraid to do because of just being found out. And so who knows how many other people are gay and afraid of saying something just in this show, and also probably in the real NHL. But I was just thinking about this concept. So it's the same concept as, oh, like nobody's like me. Yeah, keep telling yourself that victim mindset first of all, which, and I say that, but like I do it too, I'm sure. This is something that I've learned and that I work on, and that I actively, like, I still have these thoughts and then I have to correct myself. Like, it's called getting into an abundance mindset if you want to look that up, or again, I can talk about that sometime. It's like abundant, expansive mindset they wanted to get in. Anyway, so there are so many more, this concept of there are so many more people like you than you know. It's just, so the hockey example, but also it's just like when somebody in class asks a question and raises their hand, you know how the teacher's always like, if you ask a question, so many other people probably had that same question. They were just too afraid to ask. So this is why I say show up fully, show up boldly, be that leader, be that change that you want to see, because there are other people who are thinking just like you that are too afraid to show it. And I actually just talked to a client today who said the same thing about like drinking and like health and wellness stuff. Like people don't admit that they are into the same things until they see someone else do it, and then that's like their opener. And that's what all of life is, I promise you. And as somebody who people confide in, and at times, like I do life coaching, and basically that is therapy without a degree. Plus, I also go to therapy and I talk to my therapist about this. So, your deepest, darkest secrets, desires, and the things that you're ashamed of are so not unique. So, be more you, be less ashamed, be bold, do it confidently, knowing that you're not alone and you are giving it a voice to everyone else like you, because it only takes one. So, like, I've been putting, I don't know if this is that relevant, but I've been putting out like crazy videos of me dancing on the story and stuff because I'm like having fun with it. And in my years of being on social media, I've only seen like one or two other girls do this ever, but it's giving me the confidence to do it, seeing them do it. And I'm sure that there are other girls who would do the same. And I'm not talking about like the like TikTok dances, but like people who are not that good at dancing and are just like more silly, goofy in your room kind of vibe versus planned or like a professional dancer or something. I don't know why I wrote that. Other than this is how like things spread and how you can be the change that you want to see, I guess. Alrighty. So yeah, I've been doing this my whole life, but I get to do it online now. Oh yeah, because I've been online, the process is getting sped up so much, and I'm seeing more and more and more examples of this, which is why I can speak with such conviction that there are more people out there like you, because I show up authentically every single day, and every single day I make multiple connections online and real life because I'm just showing up more me. And I really want to help you do the same because life is like so much more fun that way. But you have to believe that it's true, and if you want to borrow that belief from me, feel free. Like, but let's get specific about the kind of person that you want to find, or the kind of community that you want to find, and then how can we like believe that that is true and that's out there for you. And another question I would ask you is, are you feeling expansive in abundance and giving and loving energy? Which I know sounds, yeah. Are you thinking that? Or are you thinking, here we go again, I bet I'm not going to connect to anyone at this party or whatever. Nobody's going to be on my wavelength. Like, they're two different energies. And what I want you to practice is getting into that like more expansive loving giving, because when you're giving that to the world, you're going to attract more people in general and the people that are like you. Things come out of thin air when you're on this higher frequency. And I just watched a video about this if you want to search on YouTube, like how raising your vibration makes more synchronicities. It's a little bit scientific, but it like says the science of like why more things will happen for you if you're on a higher vibe with like your thoughts and your energy and how you're feeling and everything. So I feel so abundant and confident with community, and it's coming to me more than ever. Like people stop me in the street, literally. Um, and I'm making friends a lot, but I first had to get into that energy where before I had the evidence. But then once you can get into that energy and then you have the evidence, it's like that water pump. If you do like a water pump, first you have to get in the energy and nothing comes, and then something comes, and then it's easier to maintain that energy because you have the example. Like now that I know like 100,000% that there are girls that I can connect to in this city who are just like me and girls in the world. And also, um, yeah, I think I have an easier time staying in that abundant and believing energy of there are people all around me, and then they just keep on coming. But if I didn't have anybody, I would recommend that like I start believing that first until the first few people come, and then it's easier to believe that. Alrighty. You got this. I'm here for you in the DMs. I also do free consultation calls, and I wouldn't say so. A few of my YouTube videos are very inspired by questions and conversations that I have with you all. So please reach out to me, talk to me. I would love to help anything mindset, social media, psychology, routines, creativity, community, being alone, whatever. I want to know where you guys are at and how I can help. And also, please share your experiences because that helps too. And all of this is from like my observations and learning I've done, conversations I've had. So tell me what resonates, what doesn't, what you try, what works, what doesn't. And yeah. Oh, this is also making me think though. By the way, I do know some men who are on the path to create spaces to connect men and women, and also spaces for just men to all connect and have those like deeper, more real connections and conversations. So DM me and I'll keep you in the loop about that. But this is making me think that I would like to create a space in San Diego for community for men and women to be real, have fun, have conversation that's like playful in a consistent way, like something that's fun but also consistent, maybe some active, some like deep conversations, maybe business or leadership type of stuff, maybe a place to hang out and to work and have events, maybe. Yeah, anyway, that's all the notes that I had. So I think it's an energy thing. I hope some of that helps and resonates. If any of it does, hit subscribe, hit like. Let me know what you think. And I wish you the best. I know that there are people that are out there that you'll connect with. And yeah, I'm here to help in any way that I can along the way. I think that's it. You can find me on Instagram at How I Live My Life, same as this handle. And yeah, I'm a mindset coach. I just want to help people to live their best life and do the things that they say that they want to do, and also the things that they create the realities that they're dreaming of, and then also help them dream even bigger. But this could be with community, friendship, learning how to be alone, starting a business, putting yourself out there on social media, being more authentic, learning more about who you are, what you like, and all this stuff, or letting go of the old, letting go of good to make room for great, like all this fun stuff. I like it all. So I'll talk to you soon. Adios.